Let me tell you something about men that a lot of people don't really understand. A man is not always the best at saying what he feels. Sometimes the words just don't come out right. Sometimes he feels something deep inside, but he doesn't know how to put it into a sentence. So what does he do? He shows it through his actions. One of the clearest actions a man can take is when he hugs you first. A man's hug can say many things that words sometimes fail to express. Many people think a hug is just a simple greeting or a casual moment between two people, but when a man hugs you first, it often carries deeper meaning. Men are not always raised to talk openly about their emotions. From a young age, many men are taught to stay strong, to hide their feelings, and to avoid showing too much vulnerability. Because of that, physical gestures often become one of the ways they communicate what they truly feel inside. A hug can become a silent language of emotion. When a man chooses to hug you first, it usually means something about the way he feels in that moment. It can show that he feels comfortable in your presence. Comfort is not something men easily show with everyone. When a man feels relaxed enough to step forward and wrap his arms around someone, it means that person has already crossed an emotional boundary that many others never reach. That hug becomes a signal that he feels safe around you and that your presence does not make him feel guarded or distant. A genuine hug also shows connection. Human beings naturally seek closeness with people who matter to them. When a man hugs you first, it can mean that he wants to feel that closeness with you. It is not always about romance right away. Sometimes it simply shows that he values the bond you share, but the important part is that he is willing to express that bond physically, which for many men is easier than putting those feelings into words. There is also honesty in a hug. Words can sometimes be planned or carefully chosen, but physical actions often happen more naturally. When a man reaches out to hug you, that action usually comes from a genuine feeling in the moment. It can show happiness at seeing you, appreciation for your presence, or even relief that you are there with him. In many cases, that hug is his way of expressing emotions that he may not know how to explain verbally. A hug can also reveal warmth and care. The way someone hugs you often tells a story about what they feel. A soft and gentle hug can show tenderness. A strong and firm hug can show protection. A longer hug can reveal emotional closeness. These small differences may seem simple, but they can communicate a lot about what is happening in a person's heart. For many men, a hug is also a way of creating emotional reassurance. Life can be stressful and complicated, and sometimes physical closeness offers comfort that conversations cannot provide. When a man hugs someone first, he may be seeking that shared moment of calm and connection. That brief moment of closeness can bring a sense of peace and belonging. In relationships, these small gestures often become meaningful memories. People remember the moments when someone showed affection without being asked. A hug given first can make someone feel valued and appreciated. It shows that the person thought about the connection before the other person even had the chance to react. Physical gestures like hugs also build trust over time. Trust grows when people feel accepted and emotionally understood. When a man consistently shows warmth through simple actions like a hug, it slowly strengthens the bond between two people. Over time, those small moments create a deeper emotional connection that words alone cannot build. In many ways, a hug can be one of the most honest expressions of feeling. It does not require perfect language or long explanations. It simply allows two people to share a moment of closeness and emotion. When a man hugs you first, that small action can reveal comfort and genuine feeling that might otherwise remain unspoken. When a man hugs you first, it often reveals a level of comfort and emotional connection that may not always be obvious through words. Many people underestimate how meaningful that small action can be. For a lot of men, physical gestures become a natural way of expressing feelings that they may not always say out loud. While some people are very open with their emotions, many men grow up learning to keep their feelings controlled and private. Because of this, actions like a hug can become an important way for them to show how they feel about someone. Comfort is one of the biggest reasons a man hugs first. When a man feels comfortable around someone, he becomes more relaxed and less guarded. That sense of ease allows him to act naturally without overthinking every move. A hug in that moment is simply a reflection of the comfort he feels. It shows that your presence makes him feel calm and accepted. People usually only express physical closeness with those they trust. So a man stepping forward for a hug often means he already feels emotionally safe with you. Connection also plays a major role in this gesture. Humans naturally seek connection with people who make them feel good inside. When a man hugs you first, it can be his way of strengthening that connection. Physical closeness creates a feeling of warmth and belonging. Even a brief hug can create a moment where both people feel understood without speaking a single word. That moment may seem small on the outside, but emotionally it can be very meaningful. Many men also use physical gestures to communicate affection because it feels more natural than speaking about emotions. Saying exactly how you feel can sometimes feel difficult or uncomfortable, especially if someone is not used to expressing their feelings verbally. A hug becomes a simple and honest way to show appreciation, happiness, or care. It is a direct action that does not require complicated explanations. When a man hugs you first, it can also show that he values your presence. People usually make physical contact with those they enjoy being around. That hug can be his way of saying that he is happy to see you. It can show excitement, relief, or even gratitude that you are there. Sometimes the hug happens automatically because the feeling of seeing you triggers an emotional response. There is also a sense of closeness that grows through these small actions. Physical gestures create emotional memories. When people share moments of affection, it builds a deeper bond between them. A hug can make someone feel appreciated and noticed. It shows that the other person is not distant or disconnected, but instead willing to share a moment of genuine warmth. Another important part of a hug is the sincerity behind it. Unlike words, which can sometimes be planned or carefully chosen, Physical gestures are often spontaneous. When a man hugs you first, it usually happens naturally in the moment. That spontaneity makes the action feel more genuine. It shows that his reaction came from a real feeling rather than something forced or expected. Over time, gestures like this help strengthen emotional trust between two people. Trust develops when both individuals feel comfortable showing small signs of affection and care. A simple hug may seem like a small detail, but it contributes to the feeling that the relationship is warm, open, and emotionally supportive. In many ways, physical closeness reflects emotional comfort. When a man hugs you first, it often means he has already reached a level of ease around you where he no longer feels distant or reserved. That small gesture becomes a quiet expression of connection, comfort, and appreciation that goes beyond ordinary conversation. When a man hugs you first, it can reveal a sense of protection, affection, and emotional interest that he may not easily express through words. Many men are not always comfortable speaking openly about their deeper feelings, so they often rely on actions to communicate what they feel inside. A hug may seem like a simple gesture, but it can carry